Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering. Off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. Sampler video series videos I've been doing for a little while now. Go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff and drink stuff, then, folks. I'm going to talk about the stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie, I've tried to review this twice. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there and try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. Whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, though? Happens to be my South Arcade shirt. Yeah, one of a couple that I have now, actually. If you're unfamiliar with the band South Arcade, they are a band out of the UK who've been around for a few years now. I ran into their stuff sort of late 2024 and was like instantly enamored, loved what they were doing. They have a whole sort of kind of retro late 90s, early 2000s kind of vibe about them. And I mean, that's my era, so I appreciated that. And like, they're such a high energy, really fun band to see live. I've been fortunate enough, I've got to see them live twice now. I got to see them on their first U.S. tour where they were supporting, and then I actually just got to see them on their first headlining U.S. tour. So they're doing really well, and they really should be because they're fantastic. If you don't believe me, I don't know why you wouldn't, but I actually do have some videos from their performances that I've attended. Those videos are on my channel in case maybe you want to check them out. If nothing else, I'd be more than happy to point you in the right direction as far as their music is concerned, because I think they're absolutely incredible. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Why have I tried to review this twice? Well, folks, that's because it happens to be a brand new and apparently very in-demand item from, Panda Express. And yeah, so they previously had a, featured new item, which was their hot orange chicken. I reviewed that, by the way. And they went over there, that one's done, so now they're on to the next one. And I went in twice before this, and both times it was completely out. And, I'm not going to wait like half an hour or whatever it's going to take to refill the thing. Today I came in a little bit earlier. They had it in abundance. So, what is it? Boom! But what is this? This is their crispy sesame shrimp and beef. Okay. Now, folks, interesting fun fact about your friend of mine, Brandon Wenzel. I love sesame chicken. Love it. It's one of my favorite things to get. So I'm hoping. Let's get a thing for the thing here. It looks like this. We're just kind of go this. Ha 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 ha! Let's give it a go. We'll do shrimp first. Okay. I almost wonder if they cooked this in like a peanut oil or something, because it's definitely oily. And on top of that, there's like kind of a weird hit at the end of it. I mean, the shrimp itself tasted fine for what it was. Obviously, it's not going to be like the greatest shrimp you've ever had or anything, but, it's got the crispy exterior. Seems to be cooked well enough. Okay, let's go in for some of the beef. Yeah, it's beef. Beef is pretty nice. Still a little bit oily. You still get a little bit of hit of that, like, sort of nutty hit to it at the end, but it's got some heat to it too, which isn't something that I usually associate with like, you know, sesame chicken or sesame beef or anything. This definitely has some heat to it. Like, not a lot, but enough that, you know, it's warming up your mouth. Like, so if you're somebody who you're considering getting this, but maybe you're not into spicy stuff, just take that into account, because this might be not quite your vibe if that's the case. Okay. We'll do a little bit of both. A little surf and turf, as it were. That actually works out pretty well. I mean, obviously they both have a similar flavor profile to them because they're made in the same dish with the same you know, sauce and stuff, but obviously you get more meatiness, you know, a little bit of that seafood vibe. Okay, I mean, it's not bad. I'm not in love with it. I also don't think that it's the best representation I've ever personally had of sesame, you know, food. But I do like it for what it is being, you know, Chinese fast food, which is kind of, it's always been sort of funny to me, the whole sort of thing for Panda Express, because, you know, again, it's fast food Chinese food. But then, of course, you already have Chinese food places, like takeout places and stuff, and it's not like their food is, like, you know, typically going to take a long time. But, of course, you know, for Panda Express, it's right there. It's, you know, typically available. Typically. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you know what? I'm down with it. Got the veg. So you even got some peppers in there, denoting, yeah, it's got some heat to it. The peppers give it a little, definitely give it a kick. Okay. I mean, it's not bad. Ooh. And of course I didn't get a drink because I'm an idiot. I wasn't expecting it to be spicy, to be fair. Two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Sure, but caveats. I would get this because, all things considered, it's pretty tasty. It's got a lot of flavor to it. I personally like the kick that it offers. And although there are definitely grievances with it, like I said, it's definitely very oily. And again, it has almost like a little bit of a nutty aftertaste or something, which is a little bit slightly off-putting. I mean, for it being a Panda Express item, I can get down with it. But here's the thing, I would not get this if I wanted, like, sesame chicken or sesame beef or sesame shrimp. Because, again, I don't think this is a very good representation of that. You know, it's too spicy, it's too oily, and the flavor profile, although somewhat similar, like, I'm not going to say it's a million miles away, it's probably, like, about 50 miles away. It's definitely, my brain doesn't immediately go to sesame, you know, Chinese food when I'm eating this. Instead, it feels like exactly what it is, which is a Panda Express interpretation of it. But I would still eat it again, so there you go. Now, if I'm recommending it, it really is going to come down to what you want out of this. If you want proper sesame-style Chinese food, you know, chicken, beef, shrimp, what have you, this ain't going to do it for you. Again, I wouldn't even say it's that close of an approximation, at least for me. It's just, everything about it's just off, you know. But again, they're doing what they're doing with it. But if you want some pretty tasty food from Panda Express, this is a solid item. You know, it works. It's not personally my favorite thing I've ever had from them, but at the same time, like, overall, I do think it's a good item. So, while it's not going to get a resounding recommendation, sure, It's not a bad thing to eat. Just keep an eye on it, like I said, if you're not into spicy stuff. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go over there and have yourselves a truly actual sesame, chicken, beef, shrimp-tastic rest of your life. Because again, the real deal stuff is just... I've reviewed some in the past, by the way. You can look up those reviews. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what do you do if you can't do it all the time? I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. When we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, let me know, what's your personal take on, like I said, sesame, chicken, or beef, or what have you? Is that a go-to item for you? Is it something you've never had? Do you just not like it? Entirely possible. Hit me up in the comments about that stuff. I do read all this stuff. I don't, get a ton of comments, so it's typically pretty easy for me to get to them. So, anyway,